get back to work. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to put the pegboard stuff up and distribute tools evenly so there's no double stacking, and then clean up all this and clean up all that. So that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to go through and pull all that stuff off, clean all that out, pull those out. There's something dead. I think it's probably a dead rat or something on there. I can smell it. So I got to get it out from under there and behind there and clean all that stuff out. And then clean all this stuff up and put all the stuff that Levi can get into and put it up on the third shelf and the fourth shelf, sorry. And on the three bottom shelves and stuff like that, put stuff on there that he can't mess with, like boxes and stuff. So that's what I got to do. And then just get everything moved around in the right positions. Like I have all this barrier here to that hole right there and to back all this stuff out. I've got lots of barriers there and stuff that's hard to get to the tools. Got to move all the cords back and stuff. So it's just very much Levi and alley proofing the place. So when people are playing, if anybody's talking or distracted and they go for something, it's like, hey, no. And that's why these are in place, to put all this with the cans and the thing, and everything's in place so you can't, you see somebody trying to crawl back in there, you say, no, there's the no zones, Father Man and his all-powerful no, Robin Williams. So we get going, and maturity. Let's talk about maturity some more. Let's talk about being mature human beings, decent, intelligent, kind, loving, protecting human beings. Talk about being people more like David and Solomon, that are inherently good, because the soul won't be trapped in the delusions of the mind and the ego. And people are born that way, and then you have to have a certain body and a brain, okay, that's already, they would refer to it as like biological conditioning. Okay. Psychological conditioning is a different matter. Biological conditioning is something that the body already has a propensity to do, okay, before it's born, like me being the 3 going on 4-year-old, boy explaining to Spencer J. Kimball in the Quorum of the 12 it's wrong to have pagan ritual sacrifice to Jesus Christ. That's insane. Because I remember trying to explain that to Leno. It's like, no. Eating Jesus and drinking his blood is like those things where they have the hot blonde on those movies you watch after, the crazy movies you watch with the devil sacrifice, and they get a blonde girl that always had to sleep with somebody for the part of the movie, but she's playing a virgin, and she's supposed to, be sacrificed to have the devil come up and reign the, and this something has to be a perfect sacrifice and all that crazy shit. That's wacko. Okay? No one in their right mind, understand what I just said, quantify the statement, no one in their right mind, okay, biologically conditioned to do so, believes that you take an innocent child and sacrifice it to save the evil people. It's wrong to acquit the guilty and deny justice to the innocent, right? So you don't take an innocent child and kill it to pay for your sin. And that's what these people say happened with Jesus Christ through Roman Catholicism. And that's wrong. That's barbarian thinking. That's heathen thinking. My mom said that when, she got mad when we go visit Linda and Jared. I don't like my kids being abused and tortured with that damn barbarian religion. Okay. She didn't like, the reason why she went towards Eckankar, because Eckankar was kyped off of studying, Twitchell went to India and other places, okay, and studied, Hinduism and Buddhism and different sects, and then turned it into Eckankar, the Andy Warhol version of the United States of the Nirvana. Nothing's going to disturb my Nirvana. You better disturb your fucking Nirvana. Stand up for forgiveness of debt and trespass. You can't be afraid of dying. Okay. You don't do like the extreme Buddhist monk in Vietnam and pour gasoline on yourself and light yourself on fire to draw attention to people being murdered by napalm. Okay. That's not going to stop people from being murdered by napalm, and you just murdered another person by napalm, trying to draw attention to yourself, because this is how you're going to help stop it. Wouldn't living the Lord's Prayer and standing up for living the Lord's Prayer be a bit more effective than dousing yourself with gasoline and lighting yourself on fire? That's why the creepy supermodel, president's wife of Vietnam is able to call him on his bullshit. But it's like, well, what are you talking about? Hey, Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake while they're burning by napalm. Okay, don't let the invisible fire kill my friend. Right? So you got to get people to understand maturity. And mature people, okay, assess information rapidly and properly. Boom, 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 boom. And they make people go, shit, he's right. Even when they're 3.5 years old. To 58-year-old corporate, to 85-year-old corporate leaders, right? Damn, he's right. This crazy old guy with a lot of money's crazy with a lot of money. Oh, money's not real. Lord's Prayer, there you go. Okay, so you got to understand, when you're dealing with a soul, okay, that provides a life to a temple, a body, okay, that is predisposed, preconditioned, biologically conditioned, as scientists would perceive it, to be the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. The Word becomes flesh. The teacher of faith in God, and not trapping the soul in the egos of man to make them think God, he has a plan, we should be like he. Jesus never said that. When Pascal, the mathematician that was murdered by the Vatican at 39 years old, okay, the reason why they got upset because of Panisse and his anonymous writings, because he does not refer to Jesus in the first person or as a possessive pronoun or as God. He sits there and says, when you read the Gospels, you understand that Jesus is the eternal spirit of the perfect Father that corrects the egos that try to trap the glory of the soul in the ego. Okay? So he gets rid of all the, the kings of Spain, the kings of England, the kings and queens of England. He eliminates all that rhetoric and that bullshit. Jesus comes and we're all given life by the glory of God. We're all given the capacity to love and be loved eternally through holy covenants. And that's perfect. Couldn't get no better than that. Okay, if the essence of creation didn't give us a finite life that requires the understanding and following of natural laws to sustain the beauty of the gift of holy covenants and sexual reproduction, okay, we would be automatically born psychotic cloners from hell like these assholes today. Okay? And they weren't automatically born like this. They had to be protected by people like myself from people like themselves to get to the position to where they could clone themselves, study me with technology, tell me how inefficient and inferior I am, and I'm just jealous because I didn't figure this stuff out that they're doing and try to do it my own damn stuff. I wouldn't do it because it's insane and crazy. But I obviously proved to them numerous times that I am superior to them intellectually, psychologically, emotionally, and physiologically. And it's, none of you guys want to be, okay? You don't want to be. Look at my... If you had to feel my body, if you had to feel the physical, mental, and emotional abuse that I still endure to this day, because these people, well, if you want relief, you're going to have to join the Temple of Set Illuminati. If you don't renounce your membership with the Temple of Set Illuminati and reject them today and stand up for the Lord's Prayer today, okay, you most likely are always going to be a fucking demon run by the passions of your sexuality and trapping the soul in your pathetic mind. Okay? If you don't have the love and the courage and the intestinal fortitude, okay, to stand up with me for the beauty of the Lord's Prayer, you most likely are never going to change. You might live through this like Andrew Womack, like I told him in those emails, your ministry, your multi-million dollar ministry, and your business and operations and all that stuff, it ain't going to survive this. Okay? But if you submit to living the ways of Jesus Christ with myself, you'll survive it, and your family will survive it, and you'll live, and you'll thrive through love and restoring the Garden of Eden. We already know through the COVID protocols how rapidly the environment can heal itself and recover from hundreds and thousands of years of industrialized revolution, insane, egotistical, competitive stupidity. And you get all these people that are brilliant, they're stargazers, like Suzuki said. They sit there and they gaze at the stars and say, we're going to have to find a new place to live because our egos sure are fucking up this place. But they won't ever sit down and tell themselves that's exactly what's happening. And if you sit down and explain it to them, they refuse to believe it. They go all Stephen Hawking on your ass. No, what's ever in the betterment of science. Yeah, go create another weapon that mass murders your competition so you can be the great problem solver. Fuck you. Okay? It's happening, guys. The Gospels are always happening. And I assure you, I am Earl, the second coming of Ralph, born of Mary, in the valley of the shadow of death, okay? Where they threaten to blow everybody up with nuclear weapons if people try to get them to accept to live the Lord's Prayer. Okay, there's no place on planet Earth right now worse than this place, because this is the culmination of Shinto faith and Christian, Hindu faith, and Buddhist faith, and Jewish faith, and Christian faith, and Muslim faith, and Rastafarian faith, and then the people accepting, Son, the one God, and that Jesus is like our Father, and it's the same God because there's only one God, like the Johnny Mathis song, and it's everything culminated. Earl did his job, and it should have been accepted before Trump ever got in the White House. And how many years ago was that? Okay, so then I told them that. I said, they wrote the book. I don't make the news, I just report the news. The devil and Satan wrote the book of Revelation. I just report, hey, this sucks. When are we going to live the Lord's Prayer? And I know how perfect I am. I know how Job-like I am, how Jonah and David-like I am. And I know how Jesus, okay, is not a God without human gift of life from the glory of God. That Jesus is the perfect reflection of gratitude for the life from the glory of God, just like the others before him. But you guys believe the Roman mythology and not the eternal love of the Spirit of the Father of Israel. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. And, got some work to do. So I'm going to get to work on what we said the other day about this place, cosmetic surgery on the rec hall. I'm going to do the cosmetic surgery on the rec hall. It's to trap a philanthropist in their demon-like hell and get it to more efficiently isolate, contain, and deal with the assholes in close proximity to me that are the keepers of hell, and they think it's never going to end, and I'm never going to be able to shut it down. We're all going to shut it down. I'm just a light in the way. Peace.